everybody who's already here. We're going to start in 4 minutes. We're going to be talking about the Midea Air Fryer. So welcome to the Concept Store Facebook page. My name is Jo Sebastian. We will start talking about this in 4 minutes. So waiting for everybody to come over. It's going to be an exciting one. Alright, we're getting ready. If you're there, do comment or say something like hello. We'll start in 4 minutes. No, now 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're going to unbox the Midea Air Fryer and we're going to get to the science of it. We're going to talk about it and then we're going to see what dishes we can cook with it as well. Check on the live. One person viewing so far. Hi viewer, welcome to the Concept Store Facebook page. We're going to talk about the air fryer, the Midea Air Fryer. We're going to unbox it in 2 minutes.
Did you post on Instagram?
Ooh, 2 viewers. Hello guys. We're going to start in 2 minutes to unbox the air fryer.
Is it Concept Store?
Yes, Concept Store. Hello everybody viewing. We have 1 more minute before we unbox the Midea Air Fryer. We're going to talk all about it. Is it Midea? Midea? This air fryer. We're going to try it out.
6,000 series. Oh, 6,000 series.
Oh, the air fryer. The 6,000 series. It's also here. We're going to start in a little bit, just about a minute more before we get into it. So hello everybody. If you're watching, say hi if you can or if you want to. If you have any questions later on about the air fryer or about anything like that, leave it into the comments and we'll read it. Hello everybody who is watching. My name is Jo Sebastian. I'm a registered nutritionist and dietitian. And today we're going to be unboxing this air fryer here. And we are going to talk about what is an air fryer, what can an air fryer do, and what are the foods we can make with an air fryer. But before that, I want to introduce the Concept Store, or Concept Store, which is the Facebook that you are on right now. So Concept Store is owned by the Conception Company. And it is about redefining your concept of living, right? We have modern appliances from the Concept Store. They are practical, progressive, multi-purpose innovations. And they are by your trusted brands like Condura, Carrier, Midea, and Toshiba. Alright, so one thing you want to know is that it only takes about 24 hours to deliver any of your orders. So They will have free shipping for 24 hours within Metro Manila as well. So you should definitely go ahead and check out their website, concepstore.ecom, for any of the things that you might want to buy. So it is about living the possibilities. Because syempre, if you want to elevate your living as well as all of the things you can do at home, you might need a few appliances that will really help you get there. And you can get all of those items from Concept Store. Okay, you can also check out their Viber and Facebook communities for any more updates, new releases, or anything like that. That is a Concept Store community on Viber and Facebook. Join them. Alright, so before we start unboxing this air fryer, I do want to say something. For the first 10 customers who orders during this live stream, if you use the code Jo Sebastian 10, that's JOSEBASTIAN 10, you will get 10% off your order. So only for the first 10 customers. So kahit di pa natin na-unbox, kung sure na kayo na bibili nyo, bilhin nyo na ngayon para may 10% off kayo. Sige, so hi guys! Kiko Rolly says, hello Jo! Hello Kiko! And hello to everybody viewing! Alright, I know you're here for the air fryer, so let's open it up. Okay, so this is the Midea 6000 series air fryer. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Okay, I actually already unboxed it a while ago kasi medyo attached ako. But there is a user's manual available to tell you all about it, the parts of it and all of those things. And then there will also be this more information about the air fryer. I think there actually may be some recipes. Yes, there's recipes. So not only do you get an air fryer, you also get a small recipe book of the things that you can make in the air fryer. We'll do that later. And then what we are actually waiting for is the air fryer itself. Ta-da! Don't worry, in the box there is styrofoam to make sure that it doesn't get destroyed or anything like that. But look at this beautiful air fryer right here. So let's take a look at her. We have the timer light. We have a temperature light. Then over here is the, what do we call this? The controls for the timer. And we have the controls for the temperature, which goes from 80 degrees Celsius all the way to 200 degrees Celsius. It's best to control the temperature of your cooking so that we don't burn it right away or anything like that. It's very, very important that we make sure we know the temperature of what we are cooking. So, I want to first talk about what is the value of an air fryer. So, first the cost though. The cost of this air fryer is 5,995 pesos. 10% off if you use Jo Sebastian 10 right now at the Concept Store site for the first 10 customers for this stream. But I want to talk about the work that you're going to get. If you get an air fryer, what is the point and how does it actually elevate your life to living the possibilities, which is what Concept Store is all about. Okay, so now usually you will use an air fryer to kind of go about your cooking, which is deep frying, right? You usually do deep frying as a staple cooking method around the Philippines and many other countries. Now, when you're deep frying, that mode of cooking is putting something into a large pot of oil. Now, often it's starting to sizzle. When it's sizzling, it's not actually the oil that's sizzling, but the moisture from whatever you're cooking is coming out. Yeah, so water, it's evaporating in the oil, and that's what makes it crispy and dehydrated and dry on the outside. You have to make sure that you're cooking in really hot oil to make sure that whatever you're cooking inside stays safe and moist, you know? So we're dehydrating the outside really quickly so that the inside doesn't get as dehydrated. And what about deep frying do we look at? When the pockets of water goes away, there's suddenly open air or parts of it where oil can come in. So while the water is going away, oil is now coming into your food, which leads to more fatty foods. Sometimes it can up your calorie intake without you knowing it. And so when we switch to an air fryer, we'll be able to control the amount of fat that we're actually consuming and watch out for those air pockets that happen usually in deep frying. Alright, so just wanted to do a little bit of a, science behind deep frying. Now let's get into the science behind air frying. So, air frying, by the words, is frying with air. And if we open this up, there's a lock, by the way, here. They can push it out to help you. There. We have 2 compartments. This one is for the air fryer, and then this is where you will be putting whatever food you're going to be putting in right there. Alright. So, the air fryer heats with rapid air technology. So the air inside the air fryer is like rapidly moving itself to make sure that we're able to feel the heat. Yes. Okay. Sorry guys. Okay, rapid air technology. Making sure that the really hot air goes around. So it's kind of like a blow dryer in a way, di ba? Mainit yung air, so maiinit yung pagkain. Now, the way that this works is there is a fan. There's a fan up there. It's right there. But the fan will now make the air go around and circulate. The difference from an oven is that when you're using an oven, maraming hot pockets of air. And you're not able to control necessarily where the hot pockets will be. But from an air fryer, because of the circulation from the fan or the exhaust, you'll be able to make sure that the air is going around the air fryer. And that's why there's usually holes in your carrier thing, is that so that the air goes around and goes through, so it hits your food and hopefully is able to give it a nice even cooking. So we'll talk about the pros and cons of an air fryer a little bit later. Let's go again into the parts of an air fryer. So looking back again, this is the Midea Air Fryer for those who are just coming into the live. Hello guys. We're talking about the Midea Air Fryer 6000 series. You'll be able to check it out in the concept store. And the first 10 customers who use the code Jo Sebastian 10 gets 10% off. They have 24-hour shipping. So you can easily get your air fryer tomorrow if you order today. And it's free within Metro Manila. The shipping, not the air fryer. Okay, let's take a look at our air fryer again. This is it. We have a timer light, we have a temperature light, we have a knob for the timer and a knob for the temperature. We have the cord where you'll be sticking it in. And then if you look inside here, when you get your air fryer, you can inspect it. There is an exhaust inside. And then we have the compartments of the air fryer. Put it in. Okay. So, one thing to note that air frying isn't necessarily frying. It's more of convection cooking. So if you know the science of cooking, it's more through convection, so like the hot air and the transfer of those heat, which is what cooking is, right? It's transferring heat. So that's one thing we want to look at is the science of the air fryer. So that's it. We looked at the science. Now let's take a look at some of the things we can make with it. So I have a few prep items here. So I got some barbecue tofu. We're gonna stick it in the air fryer right now. Plug it in. Make sure that you are plugging it into the right socket. We don't want to make any mistakes there. We have some veggies here, and we also have some baked potatoes. So these are all things that we will be cooking or we have cooked in an air fryer. Not this specific one because we just unboxed this, but this type of air fryer, yes. Okay, so I want to give you a little rundown of what we're cooking right now so that we can maybe make this at home when you buy yourself an air fryer. So this one right here is some barbecue tofu. So I marinated this tofu in barbecue sauce. This is a homemade barbecue sauce, which is just soy sauce, a little bit of muscovado, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then a pop of liquid smoke. Because the liquid smoke is really what gives it the barbecue essence. You know, you can't get your barbecue without the smoke. And so we put a little bit of liquid smoke in there. And then I marinated that this morning. If you want more flavor to seep into your tofu, you can do it overnight, right? You can even do it a whole day, 24-hour marination. That also works out well, right? So that's one thing you can do with your air fryer. Common misconception is that, ay, ano air fryer, pang ano lang yan, pang, what do you call this, pang meats lang yan, no? Mga chicken, mga fish, and all of those things. But no, there's so many things you can do in an air fryer. You can even bake with less space than you would have for an oven. So an air fryer isn't just for frying meats, but it has so many purposes. And a lot of the other functions that it can do or other foods we can cook with it, we'll talk about later. But back to lunch. Or if kumakain kayo ngayon, sarap. Pero this is what we're gonna eat after this live stream, and we're preparing it right now. We have here some barbecue tofu marinated overnight. We have here some vegetables, so we're also going to pop into the air fryer. We're going to pop it into the air fryer. So we have some string beans, we have some cauliflower, some broccoli, we have some bell pepper, some red onions, and yeah, those are all the vegetables that are in here. I just tossed a little bit of olive oil, some garlic salt, and that's it for these vegetables. Olive oil and garlic salt to pop out that flavor, pop it into the air fryer. You can actually do this without oil. So if you have any history of heart disease or anything like that, you can definitely cook your food without oil and let the natural oils go through the food, right? But if you want to add a little bit of oil, at least then you're able to control the amount. Whereas if you're stir frying or deep frying your food, the amount of oil that you use isn't necessarily controlled, plus you're not sure how much your food is absorbing, how much of the oil your food is absorbing. So for those just joining in, we kind of talked about the science a while ago of deep frying, where when you're deep frying, you're dehydrating the outside of your food with that really intense high heat. And then while you're deep frying and dehydrating the outside, oil enters your food. So you're not able to really control or know how much oil is being absorbed. Although some say the amount of water that is evaporated is also the amount of oil that is absorbed. Science. Okay, so this is our veggies. We're going to pop this one into the air fryer. And then we're going to pop this veggies of ours into this air fryer in front of us. So again, there is a nice little escape button, no? Pagka-trap tayo sa room natin, escape lang with that lock there. And then we're going to pop in the veggie here. Okay. So let's take a look. Yeah, you can come in close. There we go. There's the veggies. Now we're gonna pop it in here. Okay. Now we're gonna turn on the timer for 10 minutes. Actually 5 minutes. And then we're gonna put on the heat all the way to 200 degrees Celsius. So as you can see, the timer light is on, as well as the temperature light. So those are on to tell you that, oh, okay, it's air frying. See, you can hear the sound. That's the rapid air technology and the exhaust bringing each other together to make sure that our food is getting cooked all the way through. So yeah, we'll let that air fry. As we talked a little bit more about the air fryer. Oh, my baked potatoes. I almost forgot about my baked potatoes. So here are some baked potatoes. I know we love, fried. Okay, you can actually grab any of the fries that you'll usually get from maybe the frozen area or anything like that. And what you can do is pop it into your air fryer para mas mabilis maluto. Plus, usually those things are already pre-cooked or pre-fried. So double frying it will probably add a little bit more oil. So this is really helpful for lessening your overall fat intake. Now, there's nothing wrong about fat, just so you know, right? As a dietitian, I do definitely advocate that there is nothing wrong with any food item. However, anything in excess can definitely cause some other benefits or harm to our body, especially if it's overtaking the other nutrients that we could consume. So the thing with deep frying, or frying with a lot of oil, is that oils have a certain smoke point. So this is the temperature in which, when you're frying, it will start smoking. And when it starts smoking, the composition or the chemical composition of your fry or your oil starts to change. And then that's when we shift from your unsaturated sources of oils into your now saturated sources of oils, or into more carcinogenic forms of your oil. That's why reusing oils that have already been used is definitely not a great idea, because that will definitely lower your smoke point. And frying with or like heating oil for a really long time until it starts to smoke or color is also not necessarily recommended. So to allow us to lessen the oil intake that we're having and all of these things, it's important to maybe try an air fryer, yes, or we can also do other methods like allowing the excess oil to be absorbed or anything like that. So back to my baked potatoes. Almost, it's right here. It's like in front of me and I keep forgetting that. Okay, so our baked potatoes, I kind of boiled it real quick para medyo mas mabilis yung maluto and make sure that the inside is nice and cooked. But you can also opt to put it on lower heat for a longer time. So you can also opt to boil it first or you can air fry right away. How much time do we have left? I think it's about 2 more minutes. I'm so excited for it to hear the ding. It has a timer, internal timer, so you don't have to worry. You know how in an oven you have to buy yourself your own timer, unless you have a high-tech oven that has an internal timer. But if you don't have to use your phone or worry because you'll hear the ding. Alright, so here's our baked potatoes. Again, the baked potatoes. How did we do this one? Boiled it a little bit, half cooked. Then tossed it in some olive oil, put some basil, put dried basil, dried oregano, and a little bit of garlic salt. And then you have the baked potatoes. And you just get it until it's crunchy. This was crunchy a while ago, pero nakalabas na siya na medyo matagal. So you should pop it back into the air fryer to get it crunchy again. Oh wow, I'm hungry. Okay. Oh yeah. So reminder, this air fryer is, woo, let's take a look. Okay, we're not yet cooked. Not yet cooked. Okay. Reminder, this air fryer is 5,900. Hold on. There. Okay, so now you know. Okay, well, actually, we should try this function. So, we're turning it on, right? And then if you take it out, okay, so it stops. It turns off. So, some air fryers, when you take it out, hindi pa nag-off yung overall system niya. So, tinanggal mo na, nag-on pa siya, kailangan mo i-off yung timer. But this one does turn off even though your timer is still going. So, that's good thing to know. Have it there. Yeah. Make sure you're facing the air fryer to you when you're cooking it. This is not the safest method of cooking. Okay. So, yeah, again, this is 5,995 for this air fryer. Use the code Jo Sebastian 10 to get 10% off for the first 10 customers who head to the concepstore.ecom right now to buy it. So Jo Sebastian 10 for 10% off for the first 10 customers. There's free shipping within Metro Manila and it's 24-hour delivery. So you buy one now, you'll probably get it tomorrow. And then you can already make your own baked potatoes. So we're waiting for our veggies right now. Okay? Okay. So now we talked about the air fryer, what it is, what it does. We talked about deep frying and the difference between air frying as well as its impact to nutrition. We talked about the oven and the difference between the air fryer and the oven. And we talked about our delicious baked potatoes. So next now we're going to talk about is why an air fryer, right? So we talked about that. What is the whole, like the greatest part of an air fryer? Why do we want it? Okay. So one other thing is that it's a lot safer than deep frying. Not just because of the oil content or anything like that. And I'm not sure if this air fryer is bothering us. So we're gonna turn it off for a bit, just so that we have a better audio when we talk about why an air fryer. Okay. One, it's safer. You know, pag nag-deep fry tayo, especially ang daming tumatalsik na oil. Marami tayong mga accidents na nagaganap kapag gumagamit tayo ng deep fryer. So, to keep it nice and safe, air fryer is the way to go. Another reason would be less mess. Diba? Aside from it being safer, the act of having to throw out your oil and all of those things, clean out your pan, it's messy, right? It's kind of a messy process. So this will take out the mess. Because look, you just have this like nice little thing here that's gonna do everything for you. So it's nice and clean. It's just there. You could just wipe it. Can I have a? Let's wipe it. You can just clean out your little air fryer here. There. Don't touch it while it's hot. It is hot right now. It was cooking. My mistake. But yeah, you know, you can, nope, stop. Okay. You can definitely clean your air fryer really easily. Aside from that, it lowers your fat intake overall, right? Especially if you're used to cooking with a lot of oil. Because our tendency is when we're cooking with oil, hindi natin na-measure. Diba? Parang, tansyahin lang natin. Go, we're gonna stir fry. Boom. And then you don't know how much oil you actually put. And how much of it is gonna go around your food. Diba? When you don't actually necessarily need that much oil in your cooking. So, you can reduce your overall fat intake, which can also help you reduce certain calorie intakes if ever, right? If ever you're in weight management or anything like that. Again, walang masama sa oil, okay? It's just that the excess intake that we have, as well as when you're cooking it for too long, or cooking it to a certain temperature, that's when it can create other compounds that we don't really want in our bodies. So, yes. So, cleaner, safer, lower fat intake. Another one here you have is, it's really quick at heating things up. Yung mga niluluto namin madalas mga leftover. So leftover pizza from last night, if you don't have a microwave, that's okay. And it gets things crunchy. We love crunchy things. So if you ever have, you know, your potatoes, this was crunchy a while ago before it was left out for a while. I'm gonna pop it in again later. You can get crunchy vegetables, you can get crunchy tofu, right? All of these things, you can have your food be crunchy and in a short amount of time. You just have to go to the highest heat and then cook it up para mabilis maluto yung labas. No? Okay. So, the next question will be, what can you do with an air fryer? Let's take a look at the recipe book from the air fryer itself. So kung naghahanap kayo ng mga recipes, you can definitely search online air fryer cooking recipes. But we can also check out the free recipe book that actually comes with this little thing. Let's name her. If you guys have a name for this air fryer, let me know in the comment section. And if you guys look for, oh, and hello again for everybody who is watching. Hello, hello. Hope you are enjoying this little demonstration of our air fryer. Let's turn it on again and get our vegetables back to cooking. Okay, here we go. So, recipe of the electric oven. So the air fryer is like an electric oven. We have the first recipe here, chips. So this potato chips. You have frozen, you can use frozen chips, or you can also do what we did, but cut it in chip form. Here are your potatoes. You have spiced shrimp with salt and pepper. I don't eat shrimp. Fried tofu, which we have, but we have like a barbecue tofu. Then you can do dumplings. Yeah, you can definitely heat up your dumplings in here if you want to. You can do chicken. You can do bacon, since you often fry the bacon with more oil when it already has a lot of fat on it, right? So to reduce the oil intake and still get the crispy, crunchy, delicious baconness that we all love, put it in the air fryer. Okay, next one we have is fried lotus root. Wow, that's pretty good. Fish fillet as well. You can do peanuts. Yes, you can definitely do peanuts in your air fryer. Mga banana. Oh, one thing that my family loves, saba. Air fried saba, as in crunchy, that texture, add a little bit of sugar, and make your own lower fat banana cube. Yes, banana cube. You can do chicken, you can do bacon. Oh, you can toast bread. So you can definitely toast your bread, your tofu, your empanadas, mga kahit anong pagkain. Kanina patapsyan na natin. Off. Alright, so this is quite cooked already. Watch out for the heat. So this whole thing right now is pretty hot. Okay. So this is how it looks like a bit. We have some browning over there, the cauliflower. We have some browning around. Then you can actually toss it around to make sure that you have really good, what do we call this? You have good air circulation even more. The one thing that you do have to look out for when you're cooking in an air fryer, pag kapatong-patong yung pagkain natin, there will be parts on the outside that will be really good and crispy. Pero kapag nakapatong, it doesn't get heat. So when you make sure you have to you have to make sure that when you're cooking, they are separate from each other, so they all get that nice, even cook. Or you can flip it around here and there. But much less, what do you call this, worry and struggle. Because when you're deep frying, kind of, oh my god, you have to really hurry. It's like a lot of stress. We deep fried a few times. It was a lot of stress. But with the air fryer, you can kind of chill. You know, it's like, all right, it's frying. I'll come back to it later. That kind of.
By the way, there's a guide in the front of how long you can cook it for. In the front, where you're holding it.
Oh, okay. One thing I didn't see this, but tip here is there's a guide here for how long you want to cook stuff. So let's take a look at it. We have frozen French fries for 13 to 18 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. French fries for 18 to 25 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. You have meat for 10 to 15 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Chicken legs, 20 to 25 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius. Fish, 8 to 20 minutes, 180 degrees Celsius. And bread for 6 to 8 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. So the fun thing about this talaga, I think for me, one of the super selling points of this is it's faster and hotter than a toaster. Marami akong times na parang, oh my god, gusto ko ng bread, pero hindi ko kaya maghintay para uminit at maging crunchy. Pero air fryer, mabilis lang talaga siya. So if you want your bread, you want your pizza from yesterday that was maybe soggy at that time, but now you want it nice and crispy again, and as if it was brand new and like freshly baked, pop it in the air fryer and boom, all the same. So let's take a look here if you have any comments or any questions. Okay, oh, we have 64 viewers, so thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who is watching. Thank you so much for coming over to the Concept Store Live as we're talking about the air fryer and what it can do as well as the benefits. So for everyone who just came in, I want to recap a little bit of the things that we were talking about a while ago. The Concept Store, is it's redefining our concept of living and allowing us to live the possibilities with all of the modern appliances that we can get from it. From an air fryer to any other form of stuff that you can have, low carb rice cookers, which will be live. We'll talk about that in another session. But today is the air fryer's star turn. This air fryer is 5,995 pesos, but you can get 10 pesos off if you are one of the first 10 customers who use the code Jo Sebastian 10 at checkout. There's free shipping within Metro Manila and 24-hour shipping at that. So order now, you can get it tomorrow. You can make these baked potatoes, or you can make these air fried veggies that we are making in here. And yes, join the Viber and Facebook communities, by the way, of Concept Store. Concept Store community on Viber and Facebook. If ever you guys want to learn more about the stuff that are coming out, and maybe you guys want to know a little bit of what are you doing with your air fryer kind of thing, diba? You can definitely check out those community pages on Viber and Facebook. So, to everybody watching, I do want to introduce myself again. My name is Jo Sebastian. So I am a registered nutritionist and dietitian. So I do look into food a lot because that is what I studied, food, the science of food, and what happens when it gets into our bodies, diba? So understanding the air fryer and how it can really elevate not only your home living as it speeds up cooking, it can also really help you elevate your nutrition by lowering the unknown fat intake that we're taking, which can help us overall, as well as when it's deep fried, diba? We want to take a look at how long we're using the oil for, what's the smoke point of our oil, and all of those things, whereas air frying, just pop it here. One thing to note though, wet batter deep frying is not replaceable with an air fryer. If it's a wet batter, it's going to be very messy and difficult to use an air fryer. So you can definitely test it out though for yourself to see how it works with your air fryer or your own techniques in air frying. But yes, wet batter, air fryer, not a match. But you can cook lots of things like potatoes without oil, roasted veggies without oil, fried tofu without oil. Speaking of tofu, we popped in some barbecue tofu oil ago, and it is right here. Ta-da! So let's take a look. Let's take a closer look at her. There. So, hot init. Okay. Wag hawakan. Wag hawakan. Okay. This is our baked potatoes here, and then we have our air fried tofu. So we love air frying our tofu all the time. We usually use air fried tofu for all of our meals. We grab a fork. Yeah. Init. So we're making lunch right now, actually, just so you guys know. If you're already eating lunch right now, I hope your food is delicious. But we're making lunch at this very moment. So let's see, have we covered all of the bases? Okay. Again, why an air fryer? Just for those who are popping in right now. It's safer than a deep fryer, it's less messy, you can control your fat intake, and it's really quick and gets the crunch that we usually look for in a deep fryer. So especially now leftovers, that it's like, oh, it's leftover from last night, I need to fry it again, so you're going to use oil again to fry it. But for those leftovers, just pop it in and you don't have to add any more oil. You can even bake cookies in an air fryer. One of my favorite things to do, cookie, marshmallow, chocolate, s'mores with an air fryer. You don't have to build a fire unless you want to. That's fine. Okay, so let's build our plate for lunch. We have here some. Just grab a serving spoon. This is the spoon I used to eat, diba? Para we're able to eat the servings that we want. Trust. Okay, so let's take a look here. I'm just gonna move this like I'm moving the tofu. So we have our air fried tofu right here. We have our air fried / baked potatoes naman that we're gonna put here. And there. Okay, hindi pa namin natatapos yung ano natin, yung gulay natin. Again, for the millionth time, let's turn it back on. So, quick tip, don't keep on putting it all, don't keep taking it out and putting it back on para maluto naman yung food nyo. So, also great thing to test out what temperatures and what cooks. Because these are guides, but if ever you have a different texture that you want, or maybe a different cook that you want for your food, you can test out the temperature and time that you want specifically for your food items. So, we're waiting for our veggies right now. But I am so ready to finish my plate here. Yes. We are now at 68 viewers. Hello guys. Hello, welcome to the Concept Store Live. Talking about the Midea Air Fryer. If you guys have any questions that you might want to ask about the air fryer, deep frying, anything like that, you can definitely pop it on and we'll read some. Or gusto nyo, kamustahin yung iba yung friends na nanonood, gano'n. But for questions like how much is the air fryer, 5,995, 10% off if you're one of the first 10 customers to use the code Jo Sebastian 10, and also free shipping within Metro Manila, plus 24-hour shipping. And that's what we really want because nowadays in here maghintay. Life is all about the waiting right now. So at least you know you don't have to wait for that long if you're within Metro Manila. Okay. So I think this is the serving that we want here. So hi guys, welcome to everybody coming back in to see how we are using this Midea Air Fryer. This is a 6000 series. Things that it comes with a book on recipes. It has the user manual, and then it also has a warranty certificate. Diba? Important talaga ang warranty. You never know. You want to have that warranty right there. Okay. Alright. Thing is with me is I'm impatient right sometimes. So I'm like, come on, cook. But I think it's faster than in a toaster. And as much as a microwave is great, it's a fast way to cook, you don't get crunchy food, right? So that's the thing, yeah. You can like easily heat up your cookie fast, that's nice, but it's not a crunchy cookie. Your pizza is not going to be crunchy or anything like that. So, crunch is important. Of course, if you don't like crunchy food, you just have to reduce the temperature of whatever you're cooking so that it cooks evenly without getting too crunchy outside. Again, we're done. I think we're done. Sige, ayan! Look at that! What we've been waiting for all this time is this beautiful little roasted vegetable look here. Instead of turning on your oven, waiting for it to preheat so you can make roasted vegetables, boom. Roasted vegetables in an air fryer. Okay, we're gonna move this a bit first. So this is our plate right now. We have our tofu, our protein source. We have here some potatoes, a carb source. We're gonna put in our veggies here. Yan. There we go. Ta-da! Now, don't worry, this is not everything. A while ago, I made some gravy, and we're gonna put that on top. There we go. And that's our dish. So, if you weren't able to watch a while ago, this was some marinated barbecue tofu. This was just marinated in some soy sauce, some liquid smoke, some muscovado, and apple cider vinegar. You have here some baked potatoes. So this is just a little bit of olive oil to drizzle on your potatoes with some garlic salt, some basil, dried basil and dried oregano. And you have your roasted vegetables with a little bit of olive oil and garlic salt. Plus, we have gravy. Okay, let's try this. Kapag hindi ito masarap, joke, masarap ito. The gravy with the barbecue tofu is fabulous. And let's try our cauliflower. It's really good. I really like the way it cooks vegetables. So, if you've been thinking, how else can I add vegetables into my food? I don't want it boiled or steamed like usual. Pop it in the air fryer. Put a little bit of oil. Oil optional pa. You don't even have to put oil. And you can definitely have a less boring, bland version of any vegetables that you like. And now the potato. With gravy. We made this whole meal a nice, satisfying, filling, balanced meal, all with our air fryer. The Midea Air Fryer 6000 series. Which, again, if you're just joining in, you can get it from your the concept store. So it's $5,995 again. For the first 10 people who are going to buy it, use the code Jo Sebastian 10 for 10% off. Well, we have a comment here from Chrissy and Rita. Congratulations, Concept Store team. Hi, Joe. Hello. Hi, Chrissy. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream on our air fryer. If you guys have any questions about the air fryer or anything like that, we still have time to answer any of those. And the Concept Store team is there to answer any questions on shipping, on product, anything on like the product availability and stuff like that. The Concept Store team is right there. So again, the air fryer is a really, really great friend for you guys, especially if you like deep fried foods, but you want to try a little bit more to venture out on a little bit of a lower fat types of foods like that. You don't have to give up the crunchy, savory deliciousness of food. You just have to grab an air fryer. Wow. Now we have a question. What's the craziest thing you ever cooked in an air fryer? Oh, there's like, I don't know what it was, pero it was like beans, no? No. Pita bread. Oh, this is a good thing to know. When you cook pita bread, minsan lumilipad siya. Okay? So take note of that. Meron kasi isang beses, nagluto mo ng pita bread. Lumipad, tas nawala. So hanap namin sa air fryer. Wala na siya dito sa holder. So, medyo nasunog. So, do take note if you're cooking pita bread and all of those things. Watch it. Meron rin mga beans na pumuputok. So, hindi naman siya pumuputok na sumasabog. Pero the bean itself with high heat. Sorry. I see the water. Okay. Meron rin tayong mga beans na pumuputok. So, pag pumuputok sila, naluluto naman sila, pero narinig mo. So, pag matakot kayo, sometimes they do that, and that's fine. We have another question. This is Maho Agas, or I think Maho Macho, sorry, Agas. Can we cook without oil, or do we have to put some oil in the vegetables? No, definitely not. You don't have to put any oil at all. Usually you can put oil for extra flavor, pero if you want to cook it without oil, okay lang yan. I do a lot of vegetables, air fry a lot of vegetables without any oil. So that's a great thing about the air fryer. You don't need oil for it to be crunchy. Like the tofu here, nakalabas na naman, so hindi na naman crunchy. Tagal natin iniiwan sa labas eh. Pero best that fresh naman ang food lang. So, like tofu, you don't have to put oil and you can get it crunchy. Diba? So it's the great thing about the air fryer. You really get to lessen your overall fat intake. Not that I'm saying, again, not that fat is bad, it's just excess of these things, as well as when we're doing deep frying and the cooking of it can change the compounds in general. So, yes. Do you have any more questions? But yes, that was, you can cook without oil. Bread, fried foods, tofu, vegetables, you can cook them all without oil. Wow. The world of no oil but still crunchy. An amazing world. Okay. So, hi guys. Oh, we are 56 viewers now. Hello, thank you to everybody who is here watching the Concept Store live on the air fryer. There's also going to be more live streams throughout the week if ever you guys want to know more about the Concept Store items. But today we're just focusing on the air fryer because this is a beauty. It's hot. Don't touch it when it's hot. I keep doing that. Don't touch it when it's hot. No. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, by the way, just pop it on. I do want to talk quickly about some notes when you're using the air fryer. Oh, okay, hold on. You have a question from J. Del and Ocampo. Pag breaded yung ipa-fry, nagiging crunchy, like fried chicken. Okay. If it's already breaded, like pre-luto, yes. Pero kapag wet batter siya, hindi siya ideal to put in the air fryer. So yun yung thing. You can lessen it na parang reheat mo whatever was cooked, hindi mo kailangan i-reheat with oil. Pero kapag freshly you're cooking fried chicken with a wet batter, hindi siya gagana as best as possible in an air fryer. Kasi pag wet batter, it will come off, diba? Because when you're cooking in deep frying, encapsulate yung oil. Sobrang bilis yung maluluto sa outside, it doesn't have time to split. But when it's a wet batter in an air fryer, it might split. So you can still cook your chicken though, pero hindi siya magiging breaded, or if it already is breaded, then it will still be crunchy. But if it's a wet batter you're cooking into the air fryer, that's not going to be the most ideal. Okay. So next back to the notes that I wanted to say about the air fryer. Make sure that there is space where you're cooking it, kasi umiinit siya, no? So you have to make sure na hindi siya malapit siguro yung socket sa likod or anything like that. Kasi ayaw natin uminit yung likod or mag-cause ng any problem. So make sure that there's space. Kasi, pass me those two. Thank you. Let's spin it around. Mainit siya. So here in the outside, you have more exhaust windows, parts that will let the air out. So mainit yung air dyan. So if you're cooking it somewhere that is near appliances or a socket, iinit yun. So you want to make sure there's space. Hindi naman kailangan na super nasa gitna ng mesa, wag ka lalapit. But as long as it's not going to heat up too much stuff in the back. Another note, Jadel and Ocampo says thank you. Thank you for the question. Okay. Another one is check your time and temperature. So very important to check your time. Right. We have to spin it again. So again, it's important to check your time and temperature when you're cooking. Okay. And you'll hear the sound naman when it's on. So just because the timer is ticking doesn't necessarily mean that it's on. You'll hear that the air fryer is on. So make sure you detect the time and temperature with your cooking to make sure you're gonna get what you want. Sometimes like, ang tagal. Naka-80 pala. I wanted it at 200. Yung mga ganon. And the last note is clean your air fryer. Make sure to clean your air fryer, especially after you use it. So how to clean? You can clean this part as usual. No, you can pop it into the sink as usual, no? Here, but just clean this part, no? Yeah. Tapos this one also you can wash it naman whenever. I would clean this more often than this, but it's important to clean this, especially because sometimes, since we have holes here, mainit pa ba? Okay. We have may mga nalalaglag. And then, every time you cook na madumi to, naluluto pa yan mas lalo. So, sobrang nagiging sunog nito. And then, you'll smell the burnt of the stuff left over. And it will be harder to take out in the future. So, always important to clean every after use or every other day or anything like that when you're using an air fryer. So, we have some time to answer more questions if you guys have any questions. But if you are new to the live stream, I want to talk again about how the air fryer works. It works with rapid air technology. So, yung ginawa natin kanina, mabilis yung air na nasa loob ng air fryer. And it's hot. Super init na air. And it moves because there is an exhaust fan. Kahit mo naman. Mayroong fan dyan, may exhaust dyan, na magpapaikot ng air. Right? Because an oven, there is gas coming out. There's gas with the fire, so the air goes around, but the air gets hot pockets. So meron mga pockets in the oven that's hotter, and then pockets in the oven that's not as hot. So when you have a fan, it's gonna allow you to really circulate the air. So plus that, you have holes here dito sa ating food carrier to allow the air that goes around to go through. So the air goes down and up. Down and up. That's how it works, right? So notes again on how we can on stuff to use. Make sure there's space. Check your time and temperature, and also clean your air fryer. It's important to clean it consistently kasi hihintayin mo na sobrang maging madumi at mas mahirap linisin. So to anyone buying an air fryer right now, it's gonna be in its best condition of cleanliness. So try to keep it as clean as it came para best experience. Okay, so again, what can you cook in an air fryer? You got our dish right here, which is some fried tofu. You can even do tempeh, which is another protein source. You don't have to cook with oil, no, but you just have to check in if you like a specific taste and texture that it gives when it doesn't cook with oil. But you can lessen your overall oil intake. Yes. So. Welcome to everybody watching. My sister, Jo Sebastian, is watching. She says hi. Hi. I'm gonna drink water. Okay. So, again, to everybody here, this is the Midea Air Fryer 6000 series. It's $5,995, but if you were one of the first 10 customers to buy it right now using the code Jo Sebastian 10, you get 10% off. It's free shipping within Metro Manila, and you get it within 24 hours. Buy it now, get it tomorrow, make your baked potatoes. If you have baked potatoes. If you have potatoes at home, syempre. Or sweet potatoes, right? Yeah, sweet potatoes. Extra vitamin A. Okay. Yeah, and let's go again through the benefits of using an air fryer. If you're still kind of, do I need an air fryer? Well, if you regularly deep fry at home, this could be definitely beneficial for you. If you like to maybe not spend so much time cooking and standing up, this is also really helpful because you know when you're boiling vegetables, you have to watch over it, those types of things. Or if ever you want to have your veggies, no oil, still a good cooked texture, pop it in the air fryer, put on the timer, and then you can just go about your day. Like, run about my day, right? And then you can get your veggies right after so you can eat it. Okay. So the cost is 5,995, but the worth is so much more. Especially if you love to deep fry. Less mess, no? Pag ka deep fry, magulo, more safe, especially if you've ever had an accident na tumatalsik talaga in the wrong places yung ating oil kapag niluluto tayo. Lower fat intake, because when you're deep frying, it absorbs a lot of those oils, especially if your oil is not hot enough. But you end up getting with like soggy pockets of food with oil. And then you have quick heating up, super quick lang ito, because again, rapid air technology. And you can really get crunchy food. So, if you guys like this potato right here, na kanina pa nakalabas, pero swear, kanina sobrang crunchy na to. As in, narinig mo when it rubs together, there's like that shh, because it's so crunchy. But because we left it out na here, it's not as crunchy, but we always pop it back into the air fryer. See, best part? Pop it into the air fryer, and then you just still get it crunchy without having to add oil. So all of our leftovers that are no longer crunchy, we don't have to refry, we just have to air fry. Yes, I knew you knew what I was gonna say. I knew it. Okay. So yeah, before we will be ending our live stream soon. So if you guys have any questions, the best time right now is to pop your questions in about the air fryer. What are things that you can cook in the air fryer? Almost everything, again. So vegetables, potatoes, tofu, chicken, your bacon. What else do people eat? Toast. Pizza. You can reheat your pizza. You can actually possibly even make pizza here because it's like an oven, right? It is like an oven. You just have to control your temperature and your time. So play around with that. It comes with a manual on how to use it, of course. Did you guys have any more questions on how to use it? When you buy it, make hand. Joke lang. This was the basket in the bottom, not the fan. Okay. There you have the parts of it here. Oh, it's an air inlet. An air inlet. There. So you have the parts there. You also have instructions on before first use, right? Remove all packaging, prepare it for use, all those things. So, read the user's manual if ever you weren't able to see our full view of the air fryer right now. So, do you have any more questions coming in? Okay, no more questions. So, again, to recap, welcome to the Concept Store Facebook. We were talking about the air fryer 6000 series. I think you can definitely replay this naman if ever, like later on. If you guys missed the session, you can replay it to see how the air fryer works, the benefits of an air fryer, what's the difference between deep frying and air frying, all of those things. So Concept Store is redefining your concept of living. They have a lot of multi-purpose, progressive, and practical appliances available that can definitely help you live all of the possibilities. Like, fun and crunchy foods is a possibility with an air fryer. Hot. Especially pag isa ka lang, kasi parang, gusto ko mag-deep fry or mag-fry ng something, ng pagkain. Parang, kailangan ng laki ng setup nun. Pero ito, boom. Less space, less mess, maybe less, well, not less time necessarily, depending on the food. But really easy for those living alone or anything like that. Even with a family. Perfect talaga air fryer, I swear. My family, we love the air fryer, and there's a lot of people who are buying air fryers because of the amazing things that you can do with it. So you better hop on the air fryer train and let it fry away. Okay, so yes, there's also Viber community for Concept Store. Concept Store community Viber on Facebook and on Viber. If you guys have any more questions or you want more updates on the new stuff that are going to be coming out, no, or any more promos and deals like that, join their Facebook and Viber community. And don't forget to like this page as well. So, before we end, I want to reintroduce myself. Oh, somebody said, Agas Tracy said, that product is legit. Hassle-free cooking and super less oil. Hell yes! Yes, yes, yes! And the Concept Store said, let's extend the 10% discount up to 2 p.m. today. So everybody watching, you can use the Jo Sebastian 10 code For the first 10 users who buy an air fryer, you will get 10% off. So from 5,995 to 10% less than that. I'm not very good at math, so less than that. Free shipping within Metro Manila plus 24-hour shipping. So you get a discount and you get it right away. Guys, get an air fryer. Okay. So yeah, again, my name is Jo Sebastian. I'm a registered nutritionist and dietitian. Use the code if you're one of the first 10 lucky customers to be able to get that 10% off. You really want that because you really want this in your home. So yes, go ahead and check out the concept store. We have a lot more lives coming into you for more products that you'll be able to buy. So tune in for that. Don't forget to like this Facebook page so that you can get more updates. Join the Viber and Facebook community as well, Concept Store, Viber and Facebook community, so you can get more things. Oh, and thanks to those who ordered. Go ahead and order some more because guys, I swear, this is really going to level up your cooking experience and your food experience. Crunchy food, less oil, less mess, less time sometimes. Okay, that's all for our session today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that all of your questions about an air fryer have been answered. You can definitely rewatch this live if ever. But thank you so much. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, and we'll see you guys in the next live. Bye!